Rob Lynn Bailey. I love the name. All right. KSI Sniper. I remember that name. Uh, so anyway, all right, getting a little few people in here a little quicker than last time. Did it help that I gave you guys a time on my Instagram? Mm. Barbecue sauce. Shout out to Ohio State. The fucking Suckeyes. They're national champions in 49 of all 50 states. Well, I don't know if Oregon recognizes it either. ICE is picking up lots of scum in Boston, Father. Yes, indeed they are. I like seeing that picture or that video of that Haitian dude getting cuffed. You know, call me old fashioned, but I love seeing black people in handcuffs. Makes me smile. They're going to where they belong. Yeah, I saw that about the JFK files being released. RFK as well, and Martin Luther King Jr. It's incredible. So I was wondering if 420 is a good time. I haven't decided, I know today is Thursday. I haven't decided on what days I'm going to shoot for. right now, it's right now, obviously this week it's Tuesday, Thursday, but it could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Friday's not good because like tomorrow at 4:20, I probably have plans. I think Tuesday, Thursday might be the ticket. What do you guys think about 420? I kind of like it. Think of all the people that are on break around the world. Well, not around the world, in this time zone, that take their break at 420 and go outside and have a cigarette and check their phone. We could get a little phenomena going on where people you're outside at 420 having your break and you hear someone else's phone go off and you don't realize, hey, you're a big J fan too. You might make friends. Friends. So I'm thinking about going with the 420, but I'm like to hear a little feedback. Plus, there's so much beautiful artwork I can steal that just simply says 420, so that I can do a post on Instagram to remind people that I'm going live that day. You'll just see check my IG, and if you see a 420 post, you know. No, I haven't been around a truck stop in a long time. Kaizen Productions wants to know what your power clean all-time PR is. Well, by power clean, you're talking about going from the floor. When I was at my best, I wasn't doing them from the floor. I was doing them from just above the knees, what we call a hang clean. I wasn't doing them off the rack, and I wasn't doing them off boxes. That's why you call it, like the name implies, it's a hang clean. Um, when I must have been about 22. When I was pretty damn fast, I did a 365 for three hang clean. Father, do you remember Deedle the dog? Yeah, I remember Deedle the dog. Did Adam intimidate you with his large animal frame? What do you mean? I thought at any moment he was going to turn into an Ewok. No, I didn't wear black socks. I guess I could have been quicker if I was wearing my black socks back then. Hmm. Is Andrew the most jacked he's ever been? I don't know. I really couldn't answer that. Shout out Pierce Brosnan. He a good guy like Hamburg. Hamburg is a good guy. I hope he's doing okay. Oh no. JM says he's 2 weeks into a humerus fracture. That's no good. That's the biggest bone in your body. That's no good, man. Whew. I feel for you, bro. Father, this low-cow dup was live and trashing you on his channel. I don't know what that means. It's like James Stack. Jay, I do remember you pushing away that crackhead before she blew you. Yeah. Love that candy under couch look. What? What's your favorite hot dog toppings? Uh, Mustard and onions. Lucas Malmo. Mm. Oh, if I would have, yeah, I don't even want to make a comment on that. Is eating a hot dog homosexual activity? No, I don't even think putting it in your ass would be either. It's got to be a real cock. Oh. Wait, what was that about Vince? Let me scroll back. Dub is a YouTuber. His channel is Blue Collar Syndicate. He was trashing you on his live. Vince played it on his stream. Well, why aren't you guys order 66 in Blue Collar Syndicate? Or maybe he wants that. Is it a loser channel? Would we be doing him a favor by giving him a 66? Would he be just getting views? You've got to be careful with who you start feuds with. Some of these people are trying to get an order 66. You don't never want to give a 66 to someone that wants the publicity. Kaizen production, I like those lightning bolts. How can I find those? You should only do 2 of them though. 2 lightning bolts. Chicken boy, hair, pluck that feather boy. Okay. Butt chug a beer, Father. No, that's really stupid. I would never butt chug. Father, who is your favorite power lifter? I don't really know. I have no idea. I used to admire, way back in the old days, I used to admire this guy. I think his name was like Dave Pansanella or Pansanella, something like that. He lifted in the 275s, and he was usually stronger than all the super heavyweights. I kind of admired that guy. And he wasn't short and shrimpy either. At least I don't think he was. Someone see if that you can find anything on Dave Pansanella. I might be pronouncing that wrong. He was a powerlifter back in the late 80s, early 90s, 125 kilo class. Mariusz Pudzialinski. I like him. I think it's funny that he eats candy. It's freaking awesome. Guy was probably on so much tren, his metabolism was crazy. He had to eat candy just to stay alive, to get the calories. The short guys aren't necessarily always the best lifters. I mean, if that were true, the best lifter in they usually give out two best lifters awards at a powerlifting contest, and they do that by formula. And generally, the little teeny dinky guys, 98-pound weight class, those guys would always win best lifter. I mean, think about it. If you were 98 pounds, god damn, all you got to do is bench 2, squat 3, deadlift 3, and you're doing really well. Yeah, it's almost impossible for a super heavyweight to win best lifter. I mean, that's why, like I said, they usually give out two. They give out one for the lighter weight classes, then they give out a second one for the larger weight classes. It just wouldn't be fair giving out one. I mean, what are you going to do? Reward people for being small? I mean, what the fuck good is that? The purpose of our sport is to get bigger. So why are we celebrating the tiniest people? That's the problem with pro bodybuilding right now. The purpose of our sport is to get bigger, and we're rewarding these guys for being fucking fucking dwarfs. It's stupid. The purpose of lifting is to eat, sleep, and grow. Yeah, I like those. Hold on, what was that one? I saw something I wanted to read. I don't see it now. Oh, Schaberger. Theodore Kaczynski is a great guy. I like him a lot. All right, I wasted a bunch of time looking for that. Vladimir Zelensky, he's a little dwarf too. But back to the best lifter thing. I've always thought that the guys in the 198 and the 220 were always the most impressive. You got some seriously strong guys in 198 and 220. It's hard to be that strong pound for pound and be 240 or 275 and just eat and out of the question when you're super heavy. I mean, I think 220 is just really a perfect size, as long as you're not too tall. Because I mean, look, Mike Tyson was 220, and he was the deadliest man on the planet. There's something about being like, well, I guess being a power lifter or a bodybuilder, you'd have to be a lot shorter to be 220. But what was Mike Tyson, like 5'11", 220? And that's just a badass size. I mean, you can be a hell of a good wrestler too, 5'11", 220. So obviously powerlifters are going to be a little shorter in the 220, maybe 5'9". I don't know. Do you follow John Hack? No, I have no idea who that is. Angel's so good, just restating the fucking obvious. Yeah, I think we covered that, bro. I get it. If you go by pure formula, the littlest guys at the powerlifting meet are always going to be the best lifter. But, I mean, if you're there watching and actually know what you're talking about. You're not there to use a calculator to find out the best lifter. If you're giving them the old eyeball test, the 198 and the 220 are always some of the most badass dudes. And 242 as well. Those are some big guys at a powerlifting meet. They cut down to 242 to make weight. A lot of them aren't 242 the day of the contest because after they weigh in, they go put their fluids back in their body. Some of those 242s are probably 260 the next day. I don't think that's out of the question. But I put on 18 pounds. I'll bet that's relatively easy nowadays, especially with an IV bag or two. Yeah, you play to win the game. You want to win the game, you should cut a little weight, go to the next class down, and then bring a nurse along with you to weigh in and do an IV bag. Because you can't put all that water weight back on you that quick. The scale might tell you that you put all that weight back on, but it's not the same as getting an IV. A lot of that fluid weight's in your colon and other places. James Stack. I'm just wanting to get my PR. Where the hell did you find that swastika? I've seen that before, but I can never find it. Dale plays to win the approval of his coaches. That's funny. Zach, you're whimpering from your York Museum live was great. Yeah, that place got me all choked up. Jay, will you open the Ubermensch Barbell Club? Yeah, why not? I even like that name. What's Ubermensch translate to? Oh, yeah, it was the Bob Hoffman Museum. It's technically the York Barbell Museum, but Bob Hoffman was the founder of York Barbell. Besides shoulder work, what would you say is the most overrated exercise? Well, not all shoulder work is overrated. God damn, I would say the standing front military press is one of the oldest, most basic mass builders known to man. I wouldn't say that exercise is overrated. Standing front military press. That's a fucking standard. I don't do them, but that's just out of laziness. But I don't know. I mean, you can get away with not doing much bicep or tricep work too, unless you're a stage monkey. I mean, a reverse grip front lat pull down. You you can build your biceps doing those. You're technically not training arms. You're doing lat pull downs, but you're using a reverse grip. That's probably the best bicep exercise there is. I know that a lot of professional strongman competitors, that's their go-to bicep exercise. They don't want to completely not do any bicep. So they pick that exercise as a bicep move so they're not completely wasting their time. I wouldn't say flat bench is the most overrated exercise. You must be some cookie cutter bodybuilder prancing around on stage in a Speedo. You suck at bench, and that's why you would say that. I'm going to try that lat pull variation. Yeah, just do it at the end, at the very end of your back workout, last exercise, because you're going to smoke your biceps and you won't be doing another back exercise after that. So make it your last back exercise, your finisher. I think it'd be stupid to do anything after that because you could risk tearing a bicep. Chuck E. Cheese is in the house stealing mints like a rat steals cheese. I gotta be nice to Cheese though. I thought I was gonna need him to save my last live stream when my battery died. When my battery died, I was like, "Fuck! I forgot to save it." And I'm like, "Oh shit! Maybe I can get. Maybe Cheese was recording it." But then when I powered my phone back up, it didn't seem to matter that I didn't save it. I thought you had to save them. Something must have changed, unless that's an old memory I have from Instagram. Thoughts on Josh Allen? I love that guy. I'm rooting for the Bills big time. I think he played football at Wyoming, right? Wyoming Cowboys. Yeah, I'm down with that dude. That's a tough guy right there. Isn't his dad like a rancher? So he grew up on a fucking ranch out west. You know that dude's tough. How about D-ball Debbie? She's looking rough these days. I see her once in a while out at a store or somewhere. She's just looking rough. Ever betted an Asian? No, I haven't. Zach says Ram Ranch. That's a good name for a brothel. Tiffany or Debbie Gibson? Oh, Debbie Gibson all the way. Not even close. Debbie Gibson still looks good to this day. I saw a picture of her last year at Christmas time. Not 24. I saw a picture of her like Christmas time 2023, and she looked fucking great. I thought you liked muscle women. I do, but D-ball Debbie's looking rough. Cheese has got the videos from OnlyFans. You know that Order 66 that I did on that preacher lady that was trying to trash Trump in Washington, D.C. I haven't verified it, but I heard she's been relieved of her duties. So any of you guys that called that phone number, hey, maybe it was your phone call that was the straw that broke the camel's back. When I find a good cause like that, I'm counting on you guys to really go after these people. And I don't have rules. You guys make the rules on the 66. I don't have any rules. I'm just here to, I'm offering up some bait, some meat. Here's a little meat. Go after it. You guys do what you do. I don't want to know anything about it. I have plausible deniability. J Chaos Masters. Yeah. NFL picks, Jay. Well, unfortunately, I think the Chiefs are going to win. I'm rooting for the Bills big time, but man, do the Chiefs look good. And that other game is what the shit. I forgot. I just fucking watched it and I forgot. My brain is fucking getting bad. Oh, Eagles. And then who are the Eagles playing? I kind of want the other team, but I think it's going to be the Eagles. Oh, Redskins. Eagles, Redskins. Yeah, I don't think the Redskins have a chance. I think they played the game of their life against the Lions. I think the Eagles are going to win. I think it's going to be Eagles, Chiefs. But that doesn't mean I'm rooting for those two teams. In fact, I'm rooting for the underdog in both those games. Jay, you should become the White House press secretary. That'd be great. Any more questions? No, not you, stupid. Any intelligent questions? No, not you, moron. Reset your brain with magic mushrooms. Yeah, it sounds like a great idea. Father, I just sent you pics of the Eagles game. Oh, great. Oh, the heat just kicked on. It's cold as fuck down here. It's like 60 degrees. Thoughts on ibogaine? I don't know much about it. It seems pretty stupid. Where do you get mushrooms, Jay? I have no idea. I haven't seen or heard of mushrooms in years. 1 degree in Philly this morning. That's fucked up. Tony Mandrich, Michigan State. What about him? Had a decent career with the Colts after he flopped in Green Bay. -4 in Copenhagen. Copenhagen. Is that Denmark? Where's Copenhagen? Copenhagen. Thoughts on the Chicago mayor? I'm not sure who it is anymore. I forget. I know the new Chicago mayor is not as bad as the old one. That Lori Lightfoot, what fucking Beetlejuice looking lady was fucking horrible. There's a mob boss that does this show there. That podcast set with modern day Winston Churchill is where former Philly mob boss Joey Merlino does his show. Wow, maybe we could collab. Mm, mm. Sunscreen won't be a problem. Bradford went to a voodoo event the other day. I hope that's not true. I really hope that's not true. Was he oohing and eyeing? Was he all ooey and gooey? Loosening money with ad what? What's with all the softball questions from Adam? I don't know. I thought Adam did pretty well. When I rewatched it, when he first posted it, I watched the whole thing start to finish, and I think Adam did a great job. Anybody complaining about that is just being a bitch. Tony Mandrich was the most jacked O lineman. Oh, in college for sure. Oh, he came into the NFL at a bad time. I think they had just begun their drug testing protocol, and they didn't have it in college at that point. I don't think. When I was in school, drug testing in college football was just coming in, and from the way I understood it back then, circa 1990, you didn't get tested unless you made a bowl game. So all the crappy teams that went nowhere, those guys could juice without a care in the world. The only time they juiced you was once you qualified for a bowl game. I believe you had to pass a piss test to go to your bowl game. And most of those games are after the semester's over anyway. So a lot of those guys that fail your test is. Would you rather go on Edmund Fitzgerald or the Amistad? What do you mean go? Like go down with the ship? That ain't the way I want to go, bro. Zach, check drops turned Lenny gay, bros. Well, there could be some truth to that. It could have chemically castrated him, or it could have partially chemically castrated him, and maybe that's why it takes such deviant thoughts and activities for him to become aroused. World is healing with Trump. Absolutely. Hold on. What's EAA better in fasted state since it has the other aminos present in complete protein? Unfasted, they both trigger protein synthesis the same. Oh, okay. Well, I train fasted, so I'm doing the right thing by doing EAA. Who's Jake Sellers? Scatman takes EAA intra workout. Yeah, that's a good plan too. I guess if you do your EAA intra, you could do just glutamine or glutamine, however you say it. You could take that post workout. I don't believe you want to take your glutamine or glutamine anywhere near your pre workout because I've heard that glutamine can interfere with nitric oxide and getting a good pump. So you don't want any glutamine in your pre workout. You would only want to do that post workout. But man, I don't even know about that. I mean, don't you want to keep that pump going as long as possible while you're eating and putting the nutrients back in? I just don't see the purpose of glutamine. I know it's the most abundant amino acid in muscle, but man, to build any muscle, you know how much glutamine you'd have to fucking eat? Why not just do a scoop of EAA and then head to a fucking restaurant or head home or have a cooler in your car? Trying to build glutamine muscle with glutamine? I mean, that's fucking stupid. Eat a glutamine sandwich. What's that? Hold on, what'd that say? Would you take responsibility for taking personal things shared with you publicly while intoxicated? That's such a strange question with so many different angles. I don't know what the fuck you mean. Would I take it personal? I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. I'm in the mood for mushroom caprisotto. Jesus Christ. Jay, what's your ethnicity? Not sure if your last name is English, German, or Scandinavian. My last name is, uh, my grandfather was Irish, but a lot of people have told me my last name is English, but they're kind of intertwined anyway, so you're kind of splitting hairs there. But we've gone over my ethnicity a million times. I'm Irish, Norwegian, Finnish, and Maltese. Well, basically, Dana Lynn Bailey. Oh, I saw on the internet the other day, Dana Lynn Bailey is trying to claim she's lifetime natty. Come on, brah. She might be drug free right now. That's why she's so dinky. But now she's trying to say she's natty. Come on, brah. That ain't natty when you go off gear. That's called being clean or being off. I'm off. That don't make you natty. Jason Blaha is natty, passes the look test. He does. That guy's making progress slowly but surely. I haven't seen Blaha in a while, but his lifts were going up a little bit consistently. Thoughts on Sam Sulek? I don't know. I don't really think much about that guy. I thought he was bigger than he really is. Someone told me he's a short little fuck too. Father said on the Churchill chat he doesn't like grown men speaking like Genova. Made me think of me since I do that sometimes when I'm typing, laughing out loud. Yeah, yeah. If you want to get me to return one of your DMs, probably the worst approach would be to type in Genova language. How many push-ups can you do, Father? Probably 20. Dropped out. Oh, hold on. That's a good question. Dropped out of a history's master's to pursue law school. Have I been wise? Uh, yeah. Why not? Now, law school's a PhD program, so you're going to be in school a little bit longer, if I'm not mistaken. You could have got a history master's degree in 2 years or quicker. So you've committed to more school, but man, law degrees kick ass. You don't even necessarily need to pass the bar to get a good job. Depends what kind of law you want to go into. But just get that degree first, bro. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, if you can get in law school, go. If you can afford it, go. Thoughts on Rad 140? I've never tried it. I've heard nothing but good things about it. That's the Wolverine stack, like Rad 140 and BPC 157. I've heard the Wolverine stack is amazing. So Big Lenny has no grave plot. I don't think so. I think he got cremated. I think his body was a ward of the state. There are some nut jobs thinking Lenny's alive. I don't think so. It took 3 days to cremate Lenny. Lenny would like us all over there roasting marshmallows on his body. You know how that guy is. Anything for the mints. Never turn the camera off. Imagine roasting a marshmallow over Lenny's burning body. Jesus Christ. Why did I even think of that? See how fucked up my brain is? Rad 140 is a pretty mild SARM, can add a little definition. Well, I've heard it stacks crazy with BPC 157. They call that the Wolverine stack. It's great for recovering from injuries. Zach said sicko. Zach. Big Lenny's brother was the one who lectured Trump at the church. Lenny's brother's a damaged unit. Those children are all damaged from that father. Worst gear for hair loss. I've heard Masteron. Any DHD derivative, but I believe Masteron is the worst. You just went from 95 to 67 viewers, Father. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. The attention span of someone in the Genovaverse is about 13 seconds. But You know, maybe I had a feeling that a lot of people take their afternoon break at 4:20. What if somebody took a 20-minute break, or we're looking at 40 minutes right now? What if someone planned their break and they had to go back to work and that's why they left? That means 4:20 might be a good time. Rad 140 is just another SARM, no part of the Wolverine stack. Okay, I got something wrong. It's not really my forte. I thought it was. Father had just jumped to 80. Wow. Yeah, we're not even getting 100, so we gotta do something. Maybe regroup with some new content or something for. Maybe I need to take some notes to look at before I do my next live stream. Have some bullet points of things that I want to address. I kind of went it. Oh, TB 500. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Cheese. TB 500 and BPC 157. Okay, there we go. That's the Wolverine stack. I've never tried it. I've heard it's amazing, but basically, I don't have any current injuries really. Leonard Person, you're not blocked. I can see your comment. The chicken has arisen. What do you think about Norway, Father? I think Norway is a cool place. It's not all fucked up like Sweden, but I'm no expert. Just from what I've seen and read and heard, I've heard that Norway is much more staunch to the Scandinavian ways and hasn't been ruined by immigrants like Sweden. Didn't the Nazis have a submarine base in Norway during World War II? Finland was on the side of the Nazis because their arch enemy is Russia. So the Nazis had Finland and Norway. Sweden probably remained neutral. I don't know anything about Sweden in World War II. They probably remained neutral. They were surrounded by Nazis. Dave Palumbo said he wanted to feed Lenny to his snakes. Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but Dave Palumbo's kind of a scumbag. I mean, that story about him purchasing human growth hormone off dying cancer patients that couldn't afford groceries is just appalling. That guy is, if he really did that, he is the biggest scumbag on earth. But look at the scumbags he hangs with. That John Romano's a fucking scumbag. Nazis were there. Ever watched the film Sisu? Most badass movie recently. $50. I just saw a preview for Sisu. Looked very good. I saw the scene where that old man sticks that knife through that Nazi skull and then single-handedly kicks the fucking whole squad's ass. It's a little far-fetched, but it's a pretty cool scene. I don't know. The Nazis didn't have to bully that guy. That guy, that's kind of fucked up. And you know what? I, I don't think the Nazis were like that to the Finns because the Finns were a good ally against the Russians. So I would check the accuracy of that film because the Finns were fighting Russians during World War II. So why would the Nazis fuck with an old Finn? When was your last cream pie, Father? Probably the one I was born in. Thoughts on Finnish women, Jay? Well, I would say they're pretty boring looking. They just look like a very plain Jane fair-skinned, blonde, blue-eyed, nothing special that I've ever seen. Just plain Jane, fair-skinned, blonde hair, blue-eyed woman. Yeah, I would say NHL players do suffer performance if they gain too much muscle. The NHL is just a blistering fast game. I don't think bulk does you one bit of good in the NHL. Speed is everything in the NHL. So who cares how big your middle deltoid is when you're fucking trying to skate to a spot on the ice to get a pass? Ryan K got here late. It's 4:20. I'd like to try and stick with one time. Start bouncing all over the place. Get you guys into a little routine. Sarah Piana is from Iceland. Iceland has decent looking women. Finns just seem kind of boring. Kind of like Finns are like Wisconsin women. If NHL was easy, all the PMs would have taken it over by now. Yeah, Cheese, you make a good point. Hmm. Father, thoughts on Ian McCarthy? Uh, Watching some of his videos are kind of make me laugh. Like, or it's what a train wreck that guy is. Icelandic women are built on fermented shark and fish. Half my Danish family emigrated to Wisconsin 100 years ago. They make cheese. Why aren't you monetized for super chats? I think it because I let my account sit dormant for so long. I fell under the threshold of maintaining viewing minutes. I think that's what happened. Hop on finasteride, Father. I have some. I haven't been taking it. I haven't been taking it in a long time. Thoughts on loud PM music? I don't like it at all. I'll tell you what, if I was Fuhrer of the United States, there'd be sanctions against PMs. I would definitely have them on curfew. Is it worth getting a truck when the used market is FUBAR and new trucks cost like 80 grand? Yeah, man, the price of new trucks. Holy crap. I take Deusteride, which stopped the loss, added in oral minoxidil, and now getting regrowth. I don't care. I'd rather just shave my head bald than put more drugs through my body. Get a 90s Chevy truck and call it a day. Yeah, I'd like to get an old Chevy SS 454. They made those in the early 90s. Little half-ton short box two-wheel drive with a 454 big block. That's the truck I want. German women love PMs, father. Yeah, it's Germany's a train wreck. Any country that embraces immigrants is being destroyed. Would you ever grow a Hitler mustache for the men's, father? The only time I ever sport a Hitler mustache is when I shave my face. I'll leave the Hitler stash. I'll shave everything but the Hitler stash. Take a look and shave it off. I should take a picture of it and post it. Thoughts on Phenibut? I think Phenibut's a waste. It doesn't do much at all. Blaha said he's coming for your lunch. What's your response? He wants to steal a hamburger? He can steal a hamburger. He's not going to like my response. Chuck E. Cheese, 200 to 400 a week. Mastron isn't causing it. Yeah, and doing much more doesn't do much good. I mean, if you up that Mastron to 600, you're not going to see any difference. I mean, you could up that Mastron to 800, and you're not going to see any difference. I think 400 is probably like the best amount to do. Like a CC twice a week. If it's 200 megs of CC, which most of that stuff is. Do 400 a week of Mastron. Doubling that doesn't do shit. You won't be stronger. You won't be bigger. You might sweat more. You might have more ass crack sweat. That's about it. I don't know anything about that crazy homeless guy. He obviously had some mental illness. He wasn't homeless. He was in a hotel room. I don't know what his deal was. I thought he was going to be cool. He kind of turned into a huge fucking weirdo. Blaha blocked me for giving him a compliment. He was on Phenibut. Phenibut's a waste. That's good. What good is that? Doctor prescribed me only 200 meg of test sip per month. That's not going to work. You need like 250 a week or 200 a week minimum. Is that really your identical twin brother in that mugshot? I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen it. If he looks that much like me, it's probably fake. Because I definitely don't have an identical brother. Do you think Kalura could have made it to the Olympia stage if he never met Lenny? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think he looked so good at the Mr. Florida or whatever it was. I think that was his. I think that he was maxed out. Pretty. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but he looked pretty good, pretty big. I don't see how he could have gotten much bigger. Emma's in prison? I don't believe that. Thought she just posted something recently on Instagram. But that doesn't mean anything. Don't people have phones in prison now? I don't know. I'll bet you could give Genova $50 to go live and your channel would grow a bunch. And it's bad business. I wouldn't make any money. Take me so long to make back that $50. Rich people do that to grow their YouTube. People that don't care, that's a stupid investment. YouTube is all about free money. I mean, some people, I don't know. YouTube isn't what it used to be, I guess, from what people have told me. But why would you spend money to make a YouTube video and you're never going to make that money back? Spend money to make money. Okay, then I should fly to Switzerland on a ski trip and put it all on my YouTube channel. Pay for my trip with filming YouTube videos. I'll put it on my credit card. Then I'll pay off my credit card the next month with a YouTube check. Would you fight McCuck in the octagon for 50 grand? Yeah, why not? Does he get 50 grand too? Then yeah, we're both doing it. If he doesn't agree, I'm going to kick his ass in an alley. He was arrested for sex crimes, laughing out loud. I have no idea who that is. If one of you guys has the picture, send it to my Instagram. I'd like to see it. What's the guy's name? Start a GoFundMe for Don Julio in 1941. No, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I think all of Lenny's shit went in a dumpster. If money was no object, what would an average day of eating look like for you? Well, I'd probably have steak and eggs twice. And then I don't know what my third meal would be. I don't know if I would eat much more than 3 meals. At this stage of the game, I don't need much more than 200 grams of protein, maybe 300. If I have steak and egg fucking twice, I mean, you can't do much better than steak and eggs, except maybe steak and eggs and shrimp, scallops. You don't have EJ's consent to do this live stream. I don't know who EJ is. Thoughts on Powerhouse Jim? I have no thoughts on Powerhouse Jim. Guys pay $45 a shot at the bar I work for Don Julio 1942. Wow, that's good stuff. Oh, EJ is Lenny's brother? I didn't know that. I'm out of the loop. Hey, we're back up to 100, and I'm right at the 1 hour mark. So it must be like 5:16, 5:17, 5:18. I think I started a few minutes before 4:20. The hunting felon is Dub. He's the guy who was trashing you. I don't know anything about it. How many followers does the guy have? If he's got a shit channel, he's just causing trouble to try and get some traffic. And I'm not going to play that game. But if he's got a huge channel, maybe we will order 66 them. I'll make a Rob and Lenny t-shirt that says dead and gooey. That would be sweet. God damn it, I hate it when I get peppered with shit. Father, will you fight Dan Blitzeran? No, because that name is badass. Dan Blitzeran is based. I don't really understand the definition of the word based. What exactly does that mean? Did you like Robzilla, Father? How about if I don't answer that? I need to put my phone on airplane mode next time. Dan Blizzarian exposed the juice. You mean O.J. Simpson? What do you mean juice? That notification blew my eardrums out and my butt. Did you come? If you came, it's worth it. What's a little anal damage if you came? Oh God, instead of weird energy, the pre-workout can be called deceased energy. That's funny. That's funny. I'm taking over Robzilla's supplement line, deceased energy. I like that. Oh, favorite porn star? I don't really have one. The name I couldn't think of the other day is Shay Fox, but she's starting to look weird. Too much plastic surgery. I saw Anal Damage play live in '87. His father back on the sauce. No, I'm 30 days sober right now. I haven't drank since Christmas Eve. You gonna hold that against me? That I drank on the Christmas Eve? I'm probably gonna drink tomorrow. Uh, Thought on Hulk Hogan getting booed on Raw for his recent Trump rally appearances. That sounds fishy to me. Most wrestling fans are Trumpomaniacs, as far as I know. I know MMA fans are Trumpomaniacs. I figured the WrestleManiacs were pretty similar. Did you spike the eggnog, Father? No, I jacked off into it. Everybody ate my cum. Do you still have the OJ College shirt? Yeah, University of Southern California football jersey, number 32. Father, spell run twice. No. Oh, Hogan was booed because it was held in California. No, I would not want to be around D-Ball Debbie with a strap on. No. Matthew Durkin, 18 months sober. Good for you, bro. LA crowd was woke as fuck. That's horrible. Father, deport them all. Order 66. I agree. Hmm. Somebody wants me to wish a happy birthday to a Nick Gurr. Happy birthday, Nick Gurr. Would you bum rush Jane if she gave you free Steel Reserves? Dude, I can't drink Steel Reserve anymore. That sugar would make me fucking crazy. I get so fucking, I crash hard. Like I'm looking. Thoughts on Trump wanting to acquire Canada and Greenland? Oh, dude, he's just negotiating. That's part of his tactic. What he's doing with Greenland is he's stoking the fire. He really triggered the leader of Denmark. Forget what the guy said. I think he might have said "fuck you" to Trump or something. He made a statement. It's not for sale. Fuck you or something like that. And that's just going to trigger that's going to backfire. He's playing right into Trump's hands because now the people of Greenland are just going to want their independence even more. So what I think Trump's plan is help Greenland gain their independence, and we can form a treaty with Greenland once they're independent of Denmark, and we can start building military bases there. Trump doesn't want to buy Greenland. That's just a negotiating tactic. He's just sparking the conversation. So now everybody in Greenland is thinking, wait a minute, we don't have to be owned by Denmark? Oh, I never thought of that. So now he's got them thinking about their independence. So Trump might get Greenland for free. All he has to do is instead of buying Greenland from Denmark, he's going to help Denmark gain their independence and then get everything he wants for free. See, that's the art of the deal right there. Why pay for it when you can get it for free? Does Lenny even have a grave? No, I don't think so. I believe he was what do they call that when they burn the people? Cremated. I don't know what they do with ashes of people whose bodies become property of the state. They probably dump them in some field that's government property. Chuck E. Cheese just figured that out. That Greenland is the icy one and Iceland is the green one. Good job, Cheese. Think. You should have maybe figured that out in like the 8th grade. I'm glad you just figured it out. Father with the 4D chess knowledge. The art of the deal. Yeah, why pay for what you can get for free? He doesn't need to own Greenland. Greenland is loaded with minerals too. That's the main reason he wants Greenland to get away from Denmark. Is Denmark isn't strong enough to keep the Russians and the Chinese away from all those minerals. So by getting Greenland their independence and forming a treaty with Greenland to give them our military protection, that'll keep China and Russia away from all those minerals. I never took the sticker off these reading glasses. These are bullshit reading glasses anyway. They're only 1 power. I can see my phone with these 1 power, but fine print on like a medicine bottle or like a pre-workout bottle, a supplement bottle, I can't read that fine print. I need stronger glasses for that shit. Greenland is huge. Yes, it is. But the top part of it is covered in a glacier. So something stupid, like only like 50,000 or 80,000 in residents of Greenland. Thoughts on Dan Marino? I'm pretty sure he's a scumbag. I think I've said that before. Greenland on the map is incorrect. Yeah, that's because of the curvature of the Earth, bro. You really want to understand how big Greenland is, you got to look at a globe, unless you're a flat earther. Thoughts on Fauci? I think that guy belongs in prison. I'm starting to yawn. I think that might be a cue to end this thing. Was Lenny actually gay or was it a joke? Well, Lenny didn't consider himself gay, even though he's had cock in his mouth, because the way he looks at it, a trans woman is a woman. He considers that female cock. So Lenny didn't consider himself homosexual. He considered those women. But maybe he was just rationalizing in his brain. I don't know. But if you guys have seen any of the podcasts with me and Brad, just dumbfounded that he can think that way. I mean, a cock is a cock. Like I always said, if you've got sexual activity and there's more than 2 testicles, you have homosexual activity. You don't even need 4. If there's 3, you can have homosexual activity. Shit, if each one of you's only got 1 ball, it only takes 2 testicles for fucking homosexual activity. So if there's 2 humans and each one brings a testicle, there's homosexuality going on. Jay, I hope you Google your identical twin. I'm not trolling, it's real. That's funny. Well, what's his name? If he's my identical twin, he wouldn't have the same name. I'm getting hungry. I got half a sub to go finish. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Publix grocery. Oh, of course you are, because Jason works there. I got a Publix sub, half of it left over. Boar's head roast beef with white American cheese. I always get white American. What kind of cheese? White American. Mm. Mm. I don't know anything about this identical twin. His name is Michael. Come on. This whole thing sounds made up. Any groundbreaking questions? Probably would have asked him by now. Munster is better. It's German. I like white American. Father, ever poop your pants? That's a stupid question. Of course I have. Should have asked me if I poop my pants today. That would have been a better question. What? What the fuck? You still take ephedrine / Primatin? No. Couldn't pay me to take an ephedrine. Jay, you need to do lives regularly, please. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning. I'm thinking 420 might be the new time. I haven't decided on the days yet. Maybe we'll wait on the days, but we'll try and stick with 420. That way, if it happens to be a Monday, Wednesday, or maybe a Friday, I won't interfere with Muscle Sport magazine, because he usually goes at 3. He would almost always be done at 420. But I don't want to commit to doing them on a Friday. If I'm available on a Friday and I do one, that'll just be a bonus. So maybe a Tuesday, Thursday, and then who knows? I don't know. Drunk live tomorrow? Probably not a chance. You have 58 seconds to bring God to the table. I don't know. I have no idea what that means. Guys, you got to be careful with that ephedrine. I used to do that when I was young too. It can't be good for you in the long run. Father, they're all misaligned pieces that only drunk Jay can fix. That's true. I do fix a lot of the world's problems when I'm hammered. Beetlejuice says Trump's first couple of days in office have been epic. Absolutely. AA wants to know, how is your gas lately, Jay? I'm very gassy. All right. You guys bored with this yet? We're at an hour and 15 minutes. I think that's about the good time. After that, you start being redundant. Thoughts on JFK being released? I'm waiting for someone's digging into that shit right now, analyzing it. And I don't know when we'll be able to hear about any of it. You know, somebody's just scouring through that stuff right now. But maybe by the time the primetime news programs are on, 8 or 9 o'clock, maybe someone will have some breaking news from those documents. Mossad did JFK. I doubt it. I don't know who it was. I don't even want to speculate. Is 150 megs of SIP test a week good for TRT? It's a little on the light side, but it's close. It was Mossad, CIA, and MI6. I doubt those three organizations would work together. How would they be able to keep it such a secret for 60 years? All right, I'm wrapping this up. How do you, I don't even know how to stop it. How the fuck do you stop these? You just hit that damn X button to stop it? What the fuck? I don't remember. Last time my fucking battery went dead. Uh-uh. Father going to get a pack of smokes. No, I'm going to go eat my other half of my sub. All right, almost. Keep your pecker hard and your powder dry.